She said, I like a little girl.
Oh no.
So she had a little girl, 6'5".
Long dark hair.
Yep. Dark eyes. Yep.
Oh no. Oh, Grandma.
What's Grandma's undergrad degree in? Does she have an? She does, doesn't she?
Yeah, she had a double major. The minor was music, and the major was elementary education.
Oh.
She always
Gotcha.
wanted to teach third grade. And she was did practice teaching her last semester in the school in North Quincy. I forget the elementary school. It's been a long time ago. And she spent the whole semester there. And she graduated, and around the middle of June, maybe toward the end of June, she got a phone call from the principal of her elementary school. And she practiced in the third grade. And the principal said, we have a vacancy in third grade. Do you want the job?
Oh.
And we were thinking about moving out of there, moving back down here. So she didn't want to commit. So we decided to stay, and then she got a job teaching third grade in Hingham. She taught there 6 years. And, they hired her because she knew music. And she would teach the kids in her third grade and other third grades, bring them together for different programs they had in the auditorium, and so they figured they would get, a good value for their dollar.
Yeah.
And,
That's true.
Oh, Grandma. I love that.
She cracks me up.
She does.
Did you have the keys to my car and to?
Yes.
Okay. And that's they have the key on for the post office, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
I'll say if you want us to go check the mail today, we can. Jessie was actually thinking about going to take a walk.
This is I think it's closed. It closes at noon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Saturday. That's
Oh.
true.
Yeah. So
We can stop by Monday, though, and
Yeah.
definitely get everything for you. We've got it all.
yeah,
It's all empty.
life is a very strange thing.
Whose is that? Empty?
You never know how it's going to change.
Yeah. Happens so quick.
One decision can change your whole direction for life. You know, my mother, unknown to me, filled out my application to go to ENC without telling me.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I didn't know
you
that.
didn't know that?
Ha!
Came down to
That's so
April
funny.
of my senior year, and I was standing out there in the kitchen was here then, and she says, "Look," she said, "you've been accepted at Eastern Nazarene College." She said, "When the president of the school was here with a quartet last summer, recruiting for students, I took the applications, I got all the information, filled it all out, send $10, and you've been." And it's, "Mom, first of all, where's Quincy?"
Right?
And I said, "I don't know anyone in Quincy." And she said, "It was in Massachusetts." "I don't know anyone in Massachusetts." I said, "Man, I don't want to go up there. Never been out of this valley." And she said, "All I ask is that you go, if you get a job, that you go for one semester." And you love your mother. You say, "Okay, sure, Mom," because you figure she'll forget.
Yeah.
And the day after we graduated, my buddy and I took his dad's car, went to Pittsburgh, and first steel mill we stopped at was Jones and Laughlin in Aliquippa. They hired us on the spot.
Whoa, really?
Yep. And so I figured Mom forgot about it, and I was working down there with my friend Mo. And,
Is his real name Mo?
yeah, his name was Clyde. We all called him Mo. So Mo and I were working down there, and middle of July, she said, "Did you give your notice?" "Notice?" "Yeah, you notice that you're leaving, so you can go up there to school."
Oh, she remembered.
And then I was in his kitchen because this was the only room here, and my dad said, "Mom, he's making almost as much money as I am. and jobs are important. You can't get them these days. And she said, she had a long bony finger. She poked in his chest. And she says, this boy is not going into the coal mine or the steel mill. And that was it. And they took me over to Washington, Pennsylvania, put me on a Greyhound bus. I went from Greyhound to Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh to Philly, Philly to New York, New York to Boston.
Dang.
Took the MTA and took the bus out to Quincy, walked up Elm Avenue to ENC. Changed my life forever.
Yeah. Were you and Grandma in the same year in college, or did she show up? Grandma.
No, Grandma showed up my second year.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
I was like the president of the sophomore class, and I was in charge of initiation.
Ah.
And I had set up all the games, and I
Sorry.
excuse me. And I had an egg throwing contest,
What?
and I picked your mother to be one of the egg throwers,
Yeah.
and that's when I met her for the first time.
Egg throwing contest. That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
And she saw me for the first time when the cafeteria was down the bottom of Monroe Hall, and it was during initiation, and I was tall. I had to bend down to get in, and she had one of her girlfriends sitting with her. And when I came down, she looked over at her and said, "I'm going to marry him.
She knew?
Wow.
I'm going to marry him."
Oh, Grandma.
I love that. She knew.
She knew. She knew. She knows a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
Now you got all these crazy grandkids.
I didn't know whether I was smart or dumb. I never studied in high school. I didn't know whether I was going to flunk out. I paid my tuition, room, and board by check. It was $333.33. I remember the threes. When I walked on campus, I had all my bills paid for the first semester, and I had $37.
Oh.
That was it. And I knew my parents had no money, so they weren't going to be able to help me. So from that point on, I bought my shoes, my shirts, my clothes, paid all my tuition. Your grandmother did the same thing.
Wow.
You know, she worked her way all through, and I know she worked in a couple of drugstores and 5 and 10 cent stores, and it was interesting.
Wow. And she could cover it with that.
Well, yeah, what wiped all of that out, and they don't seem to understand this. Like all the Chinese who are moving into Quincy now, they think that ENC is a cult.
Do they really?
And they don't really know. And they don't know because they have no contact. When I went there, we had to work to make money to come back the next semester and pay our room and board and so forth. And they had a big board outside of the business manager's office. And if they needed someone to scrub floors, someone to paint, someone to do different work, someone to work in a supermarket, they'd have put tags up there. And so the people in Quincy got to know the kids.
Yeah.
And they loved them.
Yeah.
And they asked for them all the time.
Yeah.
And when they started in with the student loans, that ended that working.
Big time. Yep.
And as a result, they didn't know the kids anymore. They don't have a real association with the teachers and the administrators. So they don't really know what goes on. Most of them know about ENC up there now because of me. And it's
I remember how you said it the other day. We were talking about ENC, and you're like talking about how they're not involved in the community, and you're like, they stay within their sidewalks.
That's right.
And I was like, it's a great way to put it. That's what they do. They just live within those sidewalks.
It's too bad.
It is. That's what he was saying. He's got some great ideas on how they can fix it, and
Community outreach.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
there's tons of kids I know, not that I know personally, but thinking about the community that would love to go somewhere close to home, do a program like PT or something. But they don't,
They used to have a lot of local students.
Yeah.
And when I was mayor, the president of the city council's daughter went to ENC, and they used to have sleepovers from kids from ENC at their house all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate too because I know like UGA, a very secular school, they do a lot of community outreach stuff, and they're not even. I feel like it's our jobs as Christians to be amongst the community and help.
Oh, and I've got Laverne's menu, so maybe we can do that tonight.
Okay.
Laverne's.
Yes, I love Laverne's.
I love Laverne's too.
Today is what, Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
I know they take your grandmother up there every Tuesday because they have stuffed peppers.
Ooh.
Oh.
And she likes tacos from
Rise,
and I take her there every Thursday night.
I couldn't believe that they didn't even have nachos
Yeah.
as an appetizer on Friday. I was like, what?
That's why they do that, because they want you to come on Thursday. That's why they have their specials on the special day.
And that's what people come in for. We usually get there about 4, and then people starting to come in, and they charge you per taco. I think it's about $1.50.
I'm gonna say, I saw their menu last night. It wasn't very expensive. It's like $1.25 or something.
That's right. Very, very inexpensive.
That's awesome.
Rise.
Oh, where did we go? Try to go that first night, Julie? Was it Ozzy's? Because we
Do
were
you know
here.
Ozzy's Bar and Grill?
Oh, across the river.
Yeah.
Close.
Oh, yeah, over in Pickass.
Yeah.
I was in there once.
What'd you think?
It was pretty dark, pretty dingy.
You're very dingy.
It was because we had gotten back so late. We were trying to think of what would be open, and online it says late night food, and we're like, okay, well,
So
let's.
it's like 8:45 and we're hungry.
We get there at like 9:03.
Probably.
Through the back roads.
Unless you went up to Waynesburg, you probably wouldn't have found any place open except Ozzy's.
That's what we did.
Happened.
Yeah.
So we went in there. Everybody's smoking.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
I was
air's
like, whoa.
covered.
Layers of smoke.
And
Layers
so
of smoke.
we grab a menu. We sit down at the bar because we don't want to bother people playing pool. And the waitress comes up and she says, "Oh, we're not serving anymore."
Yep, just drinks. And I was like,
Oh.
ugh.
Apparently their late night ends at 8:45.
Yep.
And I was like, no.
Yep. So then we took a trip to a McDonald's, the closest one on our map. That's what we ended up eating at like 9:45.
Yeah, it was funny.
There's
It was
one
funny.
One up at Waynesburg
I
Yeah,
think
that's the
what
one we went to.
I think so.
on that main road, yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the one that was the
They
closest.
have McDonald's up there, a Hardee's.
Yeah, they've got quite a few things.
We were surprised. Bob Evans, we thought would be open till 10, but it closed at 9. We were like, oh, closes at 9.
I know.
I mean, I guess there's not a lot of people. I don't know, though. It's right off the highway. So you'd think.
Yeah, but it's not a heavily traveled part of an interstate. That's between the University of West Virginia and Waynesburg. It's a pretty isolated area. But, they still have a lot of motels up there. They fill them up, especially with the gas industry.
Yes. That's true.
People come and gas companies they'll buy up 50 rooms in a motel for 6
Whoa.
months.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because they're working in this area.
Wow.
And you have to have specialized people doing some of those jobs. So.
That's true.
You should.
Maybe that'll be me.
I was gonna say, you need to start applying to the places while you're here this
I
week.
am. That's actually what I was thinking about doing today, this afternoon.
Do you know what they're called, the companies around here? She could
Well,
look
The
into?
biggest one is Equitable Gas.
Equitable Gas.
Dominion.
And they're Dominion, Atlas. There's 18 different gas companies, but there's some of the big ones. And I'm told by George that most of them are located in Southport.
Or South Point? Or
South Point.
Southport? South
No,
Point.
South Point. And that's on
That's not too far.
That's just right off of Interstate 79. And you probably could hit 3 or 4 or 5 at one day.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's on my list. And I've got a car up here, so if I literally brought interview clothes just in case, Pappy. Because I didn't know how long I was going to be here soon. I was like, you know what?
I'm gonna bring some interview clothes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be so
Just in
cool to
case.
find a job?
Yeah. I love this area. Yeah.
well, it's a cheap place to live.
I love that.
And the weather's
Well,
nice.
That's my kind of, and I love back roads. I love being farther from,
the city.
the city. I like that. I like the land, the mountains.
Well, natural gas wells and coal mines, except for the mine itself is located, they really don't disturb the surface of the earth.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, my
Do they
dad,
do a lot of
my
fracking?
dad went he mined coal below his house.
Yeah. What? Really?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Oh,
One
that's
of the
weird.
haulage ways went right underneath here.
Whoa. I didn't know that.
It was down about 300 or 400 feet.
Jeez. Yeah. Do they do fracking here too?
Fracking, you don't even know. This whole fracking thing is a bunch of crap.
A bunch of baloney.
It is. I mean, you go up to Tri Tavern to John Eagle. You have a well right on the right side of the road, and you never know.
And they're so tiny. Yeah, you showed me one when I was here in the
That's
summer.
the one.
It was so tiny.
You have some tanks on there, and because they're down 6,000 feet, there are 3 layers of shale that they get gas out of. They're only working in the first layer, which is the Marseilles, and they got Utica, and I don't know what the name of the third one down is, but they're down 6,000 feet, and the pressure is so great when they break that shale bed for that gas to get out of there. They don't have to pump it out.
Right. It just.
It just shoots right up through the pipes.
Wow.
And they send it in the pipes and they liquefy it. They have a big plant close here where they liquefy the gas, and then they send it in liquid form all the way to Baltimore, Philadelphia, and underground lines, and they put it in big LNG tankers, sell it all around the world.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
That's why, and Trump knows how to use that.
Leverage.
Absolutely.
It's brilliant.
If you go to Giant Eagle, will you get some more of these?
Hmm?
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd like these, but I
After
do.
your walk. Oh, I'm sorry. You thought you wouldn't like them. Aren't they good? This is what I used to drink at college all the time. North Georgia.
Cherry Coke Zero.
Uh-huh.
That's really good.
Keep them in my fridge. It's good.
Didn't you say there's like 20
Zero
little wells around here? Like natural gas wells?
We've walked around some of the plants, or not walked around. We've driven past them.
Yeah.
You've seen them, but some of them, like the one he's talking about a minute ago,
They're tiny.
I wouldn't have even known to look.
When they're done, the gantries come down. They drill down, they put the pipes in, they set up the whole thing, and the gantries are portable. They fold it up into 3 parts, put it on the back of the truck, and take it to the next place. So you're not going to see anything like that.
Yeah.
It's
So
all
cool.
It's all tanks, and you never see anyone around there. No one bothers it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was interesting. It was hardly guarded at all. I was thinking someone could just walk in there.
You have
It's a
cornfields.
good thing there's no hippies around here, Pappy. They'd
No.
probably disturb it.
Cornfields around them and all kinds of woods around them, and they have to be close enough to a road that they can get in and build them.
That's true.
But it's kind of fascinating.
Me and Jessie were laughing. We were driving past some cornfields. Just like, oh, I wonder if I can go grab one. Like an ear of corn.
Well,
Right at the edge.
what you're getting there, though, is probably field corn. That's the corn they feed to the hogs and the
Oh.
and the cattle.
See,
and
we
the
wouldn't
horses.
know.
We would just grab the corn.
When they take those and take the husks off and put it in the corn crib, they chew them all up. They make up.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they feed in the winter. That's they don't have that much corn that people eat
Oh,
in the
okay.
fields.
Oops. See, we would have picked and eaten.
All the corn places around here, they cut the stalks down, take the ears off, and put them in a corn crib. They'd chew them all up and they'd sell it. In the winter, people have to buy it to feed
Their
stock.
animals.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. Gotta do it somehow.
Yeah,
Gotta feed
so
those
it's,
animals.
Good thing we didn't take any and try to eat it.
oh, you could stop it there and take good things. We used to have all cherry trees along this road.
Really?
Yep. And we had an orchard up on the top of the hill here. I still to this day don't know who owned it, but when I wanted an apple or a peach or whatever, and I was going up that way, just grab them.
Really?
That's
We'd
so
go-
cool.
We'd go fishing. Someone would take a can. Someone would bring some potatoes or bring some ears of corn. A clean can. And we'd start a fire out there. Put water from the spring into it. We'd have corn. We'd eat tomatoes. We'd bake potatoes.
Yeah.
People didn't care if you went in, took half a dozen potatoes. They didn't care.
That's so funny.
They didn't like you to go in the chicken coop and steal their eggs, though.
You didn't try that, did you?
Well, on occasion.
Get pecked.
Did you ever get caught?
No,
Nice.
it wasn't worth catching someone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because, in fact, until just not long ago, there was a house right down, the last house on the left going down the hill. They had about 30 chickens.
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
And you could go down any time and buy a dozen eggs.
I love that.
Yep.
Oh, it's
Fresh
too bad I don't
eggs.
have that. Dude, this is a dumb question. Do chickens die in the winter?
Oh my god.
No? I don't know. Well, I'm thinking think of how tiny and ridiculous they are. Like, how do you keep them warm enough?
They have chicken coops. They go inside. Like, a lot of people keep their dogs out.
Well, dogs are more hardy, like huskies, like they can handle it, but like chickens are like these weak little unflyable birds.
They're
Well,
tough.
you saw them
They're
think
tough.
about, you saw them think about the geese and the ducks, and
That's true, geese.
they're
Yeah,
floating around on that cold water.
that's true.
You know.
See?
I guess you're right. I'm just.
How are the chickens not die?
Well,
Idiot.
they're so weak. They're such weak little weird animals. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
You have to restock every year. Oh, chickens all died. Time to get new ones.
Well, and they're used to it because you live in the mountains here,
Yeah, that's
and you don't realize you're in the mountains. Yeah, you go up and down hills and around hills, and you don't think about it, but you're in the middle of the Appalachian Mountains.
Uh huh. We're high elevation here.
That's right. That's right.
Beautiful hills.
I love them.
Mountains. Mountainous.
Well, Jess, if you're gonna walk, you should probably go soon,
Okay.
so that.
If you're gonna walk, don't fall.
Yeah, that's right.
I won't, I promise. I can run a giant eagle later too.
Yeah, or what? Yeah,
Ooh.
or we can do that and go to Laverne's.
And grab dinner.
That's what Mr. George suggested was Laverne's. He's like, that place is pretty cheap if you want.
He hangs out up there.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's where he gets his coffee in the morning. He gets up there and banters with the guys and the gals, and everyone knows George. He knows
I
that
believe
place.
it.
I love
Place-
it.
You'll say, do you know where George works? Oh, Georgie, the
Georgie!
constable.
That's right. What does that title? Is he still the constable?
He's constable.
What does that mean again?
He's elected constable. He's the official representative of the township. He serves all official notices. If indeed you're going to get served because you haven't paid your water bill, he's the guy that comes up and tacks it on the door.
Oh.
He's the guy that you shoot at if you don't want to. Carries a gun.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Makes me feel safer knowing he's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
George.
mess with him.
George's a good guy.
George and Arthur. What a pair.
Hurt his back in a coal mine. Couldn't work in a coal mine anymore.
Yeah.
So he became constable. He also drove bus.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He also drove trucks. He drove trucks across the country.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He
that's
let me ride
cool.
in the dump truck once. We went up and down
you
the
drove
road.
it, didn't you?
Not the. Did I drive the dump
The
truck?
white one?
Maybe. I can't remember if I
Yeah,
did
you
or.
were. That was that his or was that Arthur's?
I can't remember.
They both have a white one.
That's so cool.
That's
but,
very cool.
You drove it. I
Yeah.
think we have some pictures somewhere.
We do. I put the bed up and down.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
You drove in the back alley here.
That's right.
Oh,
and
that is
I
so
did a
neat.
little I don't know what it's called, a little machine, like a digger.
Oh yeah, that was
What's that
Arthur's. They call it
What does he call that thing?
it's not a forklift. It's a skipper. They call it a skipper because it scoops up stuff and all
Yeah.
that. That's why he dug up the whole side of the house here.
That's right, yeah.
Wow.
He got a lot done.
He flies in that thing, boy.
I know, he's so, you should see him in this thing. I was really slow. Well, I also don't know how to drive it really, but he's so quick.
That's so funny.
Such a quick guy.
He has one of the sharpest minds I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's great.
He'll probably be here at some point to do the buttons. I hope you get to meet him. You will at some point. But
I hope so.
Oh, he'll be
That's
here.
cool.
See, what he does, he has 2 or 3 jobs going. So his wife has to have dialysis 3 days a week.
Right.
Okay.
So he has to take her.
Yeah.
So he has disruptions.
Yeah.
So he gets jobs that he can be disrupted on.
Mhm.
It's like on Mondays, she takes her in about 5 in the morning and doesn't bring her back until around 2.
Yeah.
And
That's a long day.
like he liked to hear because we'd be gone in the winter. He could come in and
Whenever. Yeah.
he always tells us he hears people in here. When we worked downstairs, he said he swore that people were walking around upstairs, and kind of say yeah. But his daughter, who does the cleaning here, she goes in once a month and cleans regardless, and she's made the same comment that she's heard people walking on the floors.
Creepy.
I haven't heard them.
I
We
haven't
do
either.
some prayers, Pappy.
Yeah.
Some sage.
Remind us to tell you the story of Florida,
Oh.
where we saw a ghost. And so my mom did like a little exorcism for us and would leave Bibles out everywhere opened.
We were staying in a condo, and Julie, all of us were asleep. So Julie was on the bottom bunk, I was on the top, and Michael's on the little trundle bed on the other side of the room. And I wake up, Julie yelling at me, "Jessie, that's not funny. Don't scare me like that." And I open my
I was so
eye.
mad.
I see this head, and it just kind of was like this, and it just turned and looked at me. And then kind of dissipated, and I just woke up, so it didn't process right away what I was seeing. And then all of a sudden I sat up, and I realized what I saw, and I'm like, "Julie, why are you yelling at me?"
Because I thought she had her phone light on her face looking at me under the bed. And I was like, "Jessica!"
Not funny!
So I saw the same thing she did. A little floating, glowing head. And it freaked us out.
So I told her that it was a nightmare, even though I'd seen it. I lied to you.
I know you did.
So I got up, and I called Adam. I was like, "I just saw the weirdest thing. Julie saw it."
Hey,
I heard stuff clinking around in the kitchen as I was on the phone. And then the next morning, I was like, "Julie, can you describe to me exactly what you saw?" And it was exactly what I had seen.
And during that whole week, we had weird
I
things
think-
like the TV would go off, the fan would start turning for no reason.
I think there's a dimension that we are totally unaware of. We have all the senses that we have, the smell, the hear, the this, the that. But I think there's a dimension that's beyond us, which is more spiritual.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think sometimes some people are born with a little exceptional ability to communicate or to enter that area. And I think that's what the area is after it did.
Yeah.
You can call it heaven, hell, whatever you want to call it, but I think that's very, very real.
I believe so
Yeah.
too. Some people are very skeptical, but man, oh man.
If you experience it,
They're
it changes
skeptical
everything.
until they see it,
Exactly. It's very true.
and then they're not skeptical anymore.
Right.
Well, I'll let you walk.
All right, Pappy.
That's good.
I'll probably be asleep.
Okay. Do you need anything?
No, I'm fine.
All right.
Jesse's gonna walk. I'm gonna get a shower.
Okay.
So while we hanging around.
Watch out for the ghost.
You don't say that.
And Jessie,
Yeah.
you look up, that guy walking beside you, he's not a guy.
Oh my gosh, no! Not a guy. Oh, that's funny.
Oh man.
Okay, so the one you're gonna go to.
out about the door now.
Oh yeah.
I've heard it go.
Oh, well, that's also the air.
I know,
It's
but
the air.
I woke up in the middle of the night and was going. And I think it was just the wind was blowing outside, but I was like,
Still.
I felt before they did all the renovations. The basement's
Not as bad now, but still.
well, that's comforting. Great.
So the way you're gonna go, you know the church at the bottom, and there's a detour sign.
To Giant Eagle?
No. To get to the marina,
Why am I going to the marina?
because that's where the trail is.
I was gonna walk up there.
Walk up. Oh. Okay.
Oh, I'm not going far.
I thought you were getting in the car and going. That's good. I got a shower. I feel gross.
20 minutes.
I feel gross.
It'll be fun. You'll feel gross if you go out too.
I'm gonna risk it.
Come
Just
on.
in case. I was about to yell at you because I thought you were wearing my pants.
No. I think I got spandex that were too big.
Yeah. What size did you get?
11
XL?
to 14. They keep falling down. Like I put them up and they're all right, but then they keep going.
Yeah.
Probably should have got the size smaller. It's fine. I didn't know. I was kind of in a rush to find clothes that fit.
And you didn't try any of them on, so I don't feel bad for you because you were in a hurry.
Hey.
It's all your doing.
You don't think George will mind if I walk on up there, do you?
No.
Oh, of course. I'm not gonna run away. I don't want to stop going.
But the guy on the left or the right, the other house, I don't know, I've never met him.
With all the cars,
What? Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna go near that.
Pappy's kind of explained he's a bit of an oddball.
Great.
Girlfriend's in prison or something.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
You know, Julie, there is a more chocolate here.
Checking on things, you know.
Space.
Yep, definitely. Yep.
It was?
It is.